Good morning, everyone. Today we're starting with designing simple guides that teaches without overwhelming by Clarka. Okay. If you have any questions, please ask for the microphone.
Yeah, hello. Thank you for coming here. And it's supposed to be workshop, but then it was changed to the lecture. But of course, if we are in such a small group, we can make it then in the conversation. I just quickly show some slides. There will be some questions maybe for you. This title is not so good. In Polish, it was sounded better for me. I'm a member of Wikimedia Poland. For a few years, I was also an employee. But in this movement of Wikimedians, I'm since 2015. And what drives me into Wikipedia, I was angry at the article on ethnography. And this time I was working at the Museum of Ethnography, National Museum of Ethnography in Warsaw. And we just found out that articles on this subject are in a very poor condition on Polish Wikipedia. And then we met Polish Wikipedians, and that's how it all started. And I would like to share some, that's why I wanted to talk a little bit how it is to start with all of this, and how you can, when you meet new people in the movement, how may they feel about this. Of course, this is a popular topic, how to get on board people, how to make them stay, and so on. But I would like to share some practical ideas, how to prepare some handouts and everything to make them use it, maybe. You can test it later. And you can just think about, I don't know if you all long-time Wikipedians or new one people, but you can think what was the first thing that they show you when you started? Was it something on YouTube, or was it a flyer, or was it like talk to someone? What was your first lesson on Wikipedia? Yeah, and there will be many of our stray cat Roman on every slide. So yesterday, our colleague from Turkey kind of stole my idea for slides because he has had also cats. But anyway, the challenge when you are a new person is that information overload is real. You're just meeting first one person from Wikipedia and then more and more of them, and each of them has another story, like me, ethnography, someone something, someone is more technical guy or girl and just wanted you to know how to edit Wikidata, and you are like, what Wikidata? I don't know, what does it mean? So newcomers, we are feeling good at ourselves that we are giving them many pages and guides and brochures, and then we are very confused why they didn't stay, because they are intimidated by this. They really, not everyone will be asking questions all the time. So we have to be careful and empathetic, maybe. Yeah, this is the example of newcomer on Wikipedia, when everyone is telling him, oh, we have a great YouTube channel. Have you seen our playlists with webinars? And do you remember this is Wikimedia Commons, and there are many categories with everything. You can use it for free, and this for free should get someone's attention, but instead they only remember that there are many categories and how to use them, I don't know. And these webinars, we invited very famous guy and we talked about something. You have to see this, watch this. So it's really too much, and it's normal that we want to brag about this and show it to the new people that we are cool and very professional. but maybe one short clip will be enough for the beginning, or just like log into Wikipedia and make your first small edit. And there are some, I will say, show you some examples from Wikimedia Polska and my own ideas, but not every, what I'm showing you, it's not like the best ones or everything. You have to judge yourself, and not everything is good for everyone. I know that we know all about this, but it's nice to remember this YouTube channel. Now I think most chapters have them. At the beginning, especially in the COVID time, we just started to make video tutorials, record every webinar, every meeting, and put it on YouTube. And then COVID stopped, and we made it more, so we are more visual, so it's okay. But remember to make playlists, and this playlist should be promoted on social media or somewhere in your community, like separate parts. I think it's good. Not just throw a link to the YouTube Wikimedia Polska channel and just look there, some people look there, search for something. Just, this is your resource. You can choose what to put, take from this and show to the people. If they want to go deeper and deeper, it's on their own basis in the beginning. And also, for me, I was proud of making this on the WikiLearn platform. This is made by Wikimedia Foundation, a platform to make like Moodle courses. And it was the beginning of this. Now I think it's more professional. It was like, our course was one of the first ones. So I was also struggle with Melissa from Wikimedia Foundation, and some people, and Asaf was helping them how to build everything. But then we have something really like, this is one part that we can let people in. And there is small modules, lessons, how to edit. And it was especially made for teachers. And you can put quizzes there, questions. If you are more advanced, like also you can upload video tutorials. You can use all your resources from many things and put it into this course. So for me, I really recommend this, and I know that now in Wikimedia Poland is a new version of this, like Wikimedia Academy on another platform, but this WikiLearn is still on, so we can switch it on if you want. But many other chapters also use this platform. It's free, and I think now this is more pro users and pro I don't know how to say it. Okay, he's nothing approved. But this is this kind of place that people maybe don't use paper brochures or flyers, but are familiar with crashing courses, online courses, and this is our place to use it. So this is like a question you can ask yourself later on in your community. If you have one front door for new people, or many doors but half open, as I think like half open doors, like one playlist from YouTube, watch this. This webinar was cool because it's well recorded. And then you have this course, but you don't have to do this. So people are confused. Where should I start? And also when you are logging in on Wikipedia, I know in Poland is like that, I think everywhere, that you have some small steps in the beginning for beginners, like Wikipedian sites, and you have like support and some, yes, like easy level, advanced level, and so on. So this is also that in addition. And what is the place, the space to test our guides and our skills of guiding people are events, of course, and preparation for them. So if you are doing this in a big chapter, like Klara Joklova, another Klara, I'm another, was talking yesterday that they made 400 events in 1 year, or something like this. So it's really impressive, and they are very advanced. In Wikimedia Poland, there are also many events, but of course the team is also big. And the volunteers are eager to do those events. But what I learned from my events and my projects, like Ethnowiki projects and other, it's that maybe you can find more time before the event to check with your target groups, as I say. Like longer preparation before will result with better results. It's maybe hard when you are not an employee of chapter and you have to find this work outside your normal time, but it's really okay, because before event on site you can contact with your group online. You can make some first webinar on editing. You can teach them how to log in to Wikipedia. You can tell people, try to edit online with me for 15 minutes something. And then on the site, when you have only, for example, 3 hours of editing, you don't have to lose your time on onboarding and dealing with, oh, I don't know what nickname to choose, you know. And then some IP is blocked and we can't log in everyone. So also you can even 2 months, 3 months before start gathering sources, reliable sources, books from libraries to bring to the place. So we made it with Polish Humanitarian Action twice, such thing, and also with ethnographers from one of the regions in Poland. It was like 4 editions of this, Kurpie region, and people were really mostly prepared before they came on site, and they were already integrated. And also we could find time for eating, dancing or something, because we have more time just for this. So it's also important to build community. So just talk, but it's good to ask them if you want, because not everyone will find this time before, but even if there will be 5% of this group, it will be really good, because they then help another people on site. Also, of course, school and university projects. We made. Oh, sorry. Okay, this is obvious. Like school and university projects, we can think about not general scenarios or guides or brochures or flyers, but targeted, more focused on needs. You know that students in Poland work with Wikimedia like during the semester on a special topic, and before that we are preparing their academic lecturers to provide things that they know already how to edit or know the rules, and then we work with students during the semester. So this is different type of guiding, also at schools. Another language, you have to adjust language to the, like 15 years old, 14-year-old people and 20-something. And I'm sure you know the One Lip, One Ref, or heard about this. So this is great task to gather newcomers, and this is very in Poland. I know that Serbia is all the time before Poland, and I don't know how to do this, but how you do this, it is so... It is so... Yeah, 1 year by year we are just behind Serbia. But this is good because librarians, because this is one librarian, one reference. And basically it's like, come on, librarians, add one reference, it will be good. Of course, if you want to add more, of course, you can do this. And librarians are, of course, good for us Wikipedians because they have, Asaf, I just told about you something. Asaf is of WikiLearn platform responsible now, yes? Yes, I was talking about this, how it was very useful for us. And one lip, one ref. I really recommend this because year by year we have another group of librarians, and most of them stayed with us, and I even became members of Wikimedia Poland. Because they started from one simple task. This is exact this thing I was talking about, that they were afraid of this, but then they learn only how to add reference, some basic rules of Wikimedia, 5 pillars and so on. And then, wow, I did it. So this feeling, I did it, I can, it's really nice feeling. And we need people with this attitude, not just, oh my God, what's she talking about? YouTube channel, everything, Wikidata, no, I'm running out of this. So this, and there are many, we made many short clips only about adding references, because not only librarians struggle with it, but everyone. And in addition, in each Wikipedia version is something different, maybe, in other rules. So think, preparing guides and guidance, think about small tasks, especially when you are in the specific groups that they decided at last to join you for one event, and you don't want to scare them. And I'm myself, one lip, one ref is what I recommend, but also projects that involve people locally. So this is not ethno-wiki projects, involve people from local places. And this is opportunity to share knowledge to each other. And this make people less intimidated, sorry for my English today. When I teach them about Wikipedia, they teach me about their region or showing their heritage, and then each other make connection, like documenting this item for Wikimedia Commons or writing about this. And going together to the fieldwork. So it's very nice. It also has this entertainment element that we can go somewhere to museum or on the walk, historical walk or something, and then write about this and eat local food and so on. So maybe it's my ethnographic past talking through me, but I really see this is, we made a lot of projects, and we are still making ethno-wiki projects, and it works every time. And the people are really eager to do this because they want to have their heritage well written, described on Wikipedia. This presentation is on Commons, so you can click on links and see what we have done. So this is what I was talking, that you can hear from me for now that there is no universal guide. Of course, it's useful to have one brochure or flyer, or like on social media, some general info, how to edit, how to join us, and so on. But then people think that people are like we and are getting more and more information from everywhere. So use flowcharts, icons, screenshots with highlighted parts, even if in the short messages. Because when you are editing, I know you know this feeling, you don't have time to read all lecture on something. You are in the middle of editing, you are feeling great that you gather it, you know how to do this, and suddenly, oh my God, how it was with this info box. And then it's really useful to have just screenshot with highlighted part, or a short clip like 15 seconds on YouTube, and not go through whole documentation. And video tutorials, yes. I remind you that playlists are good and short clips, but not for everyone. Sometimes longer webinars could be also good, because we don't know how people want to use it. And sometimes people are asking us where we can find longer webinar, because they want to put it, turn it on at the lecture, during the lecture for students. So 30 minutes of someone talking is okay for them, like general about Wikipedia or something. So if we have resources, people, and time, it's good to think about these guidance resources. this is tricky because would you rather watch 90 minutes webinar or 6 5-minute clips? It's tricky because we feel like, no, short clips, but sometimes it depends on the context, what we use, but it's good to have both. On Wikimedia Commons, my advice is not, for many years I was thinking that Wikimedia Commons is good for the first step because everyone can upload picture and there will be no Wikipedian, whoa, what is this, deletion and something like this. But then there is a copyright issues and this is a huge topic. And think twice when you put people into this, or maybe it will be easier, or maybe just to try 2 simple photos with obvious copyrights and everything, and just Creative Commons and everything. But when people are from museums and so on, just started asking you, okay, we have this collection, and then I upload this, and then how to describe this, it started to, the next layers of problems. And of course, we know that Wikimedia Commons could be treasure or maze and deal with this. Because sometimes, yes, I was so happy that this is the link to our resources from Ethnowiki projects. Use it on your lesson on Polish history, for example. But then someone clicked another link, category and subcategory and got lost and was asking me where she is now. So you have to have another skills to guide people through Wikimedia Commons and think how much you want them to go deeper. And new ideas, I was thinking that I hope it was heard here that like better curation, maybe as I was museum worker and I use this word a lot, but better curation of digital resources I think is needed now everywhere. And in our community, it's really important to think about this, especially that we are better and better in inviting people to us. So we are making more and more resources and guidance and everything, and we are proud of ourselves and our employees in chapters and so on. But then how to disseminate this knowledge and how to use it, it's another question. And the good thing is to collaborate with our target groups. Of course, it takes time and you have to go into debate and discussion, but try a little bit to work together on some these video tutorials or something. Because people have skills, not only we have skills. Newcomers have skills too, and they like to feel useful because they are joining new community, and of course they not so advanced in Wikimedia stuff as we, but every one of us was skilled in someone at the beginning, in something in the beginning. Yeah, you can think. And thank you. And I want just to say that this presentation is also for me because I like text and I make many, many pages of this. And for me, it's very hard to make shorter clips and everything. And even on my project sites, I have to revise them because I can see that there are many texts. And then I'm very amused that by people that saying me, but where can I find something? And I said, I just wrote this. This is on the website. But people are just staring at this and can see. Okay, thank you. And Roman the cat is saying hello from Poland. Okay. I don't know if there are questions. I invite you to see this presentation because these links are linked to our resources results of this this thing that Wiki School website has, I know this in Polish, but you can see how we structure these scenarios for schools, like divided, for example, like seasons, like winter, something, and this is also connected to school curriculum in Poland, so teachers can use it. I hope so, they're using it. Okay. I will be there the whole day, I think so. Okay, thank you.
Sorry? Well, we'll see. Do I need help? No. Looks like the slides are here. Yeah. And then to present them, we do something. That's what I tried.
Here, this button, and then
Okay, thank you. So, as you can see, I am not Antanana. She broke her foot, so couldn't be here. And since I am, I was asked to deliver her slides. So this is Antanana's talk, not mine. And I will do my best to channel her presence. As you can see, I'm green. But other than that, not very similar. So this is Antanana. She wrote this. She's a Ukrainian Wikipedia editor and admin. She's a VRT agent, a member of Wikilove's Monuments Ukraine organizing team, and a member of Wikimedia Ukraine. She's also the chair of the Wikimedia Foundation Board of Trustees. And this is a much younger me, before I had white hairs. And I'm also a VRT agent, Hebrew Wikipedia editor, etc. And who are you? Are there any VRT agents in the room? One, okay. Former, okay. Recovering. Any admins in the room? Two, same people. Okay, anyone else who supported getting permission for a picture ever? Yes, okay. Yeah, supporting other people getting permission. But how many of you have ever uploaded a picture to Commons? Okay, some of you haven't. I encourage you to try. And how many of you feel you are confident about copyright? Yeah, okay. So the experience overlaps, more or less. And does everyone know what VRT means? According to the answer is no. Not everyone in this room knows. So VRT is the Volunteer Response Team. It used to be called OTRS if you've been around for a long time. Volunteer Response Team is a pretty magical piece of the Wikimedia world that most people aren't aware of. And it's a volunteer-staffed customer support email where people can write to Wikipedia or to Commons and get a response from a volunteer. And strangely enough, it somehow works, even though it's largely invisible, thankless work. But there are people who do it, people like us. And this is especially relevant to our topic today, which is getting photo permissions for muggles, for people without magical ability, because photo permissions have to go through VRT. In other words, when a non-Wikimedian contributes permission for a photo, they're not uploading it themselves to Commons and saying, this is my photo and I hereby release it under a free license. That's the easy way, right? That's the easy way to release photos. Just upload them yourself, say, yes, I'm the copyright owner and I'm hereby, by uploading, I'm releasing it under a free license, done. right? But a lot of times, if you're trying to get a photo from a professional photographer, a photo that has already been taken, and the professional photographer has zero interest in learning how to upload to Commons and what a free license is, they don't care. But if you send them some kind of letter and say, hey, are you willing to release under a free license, and this is what it means, if you are, please just say yes, they might say yes, right? And then that yes, that permission that they gave has to be routed through VRT, has to be routed through this email system, so that we have a permanent archive of that permission, so that if at one point someone says, hey, how come you're using this photographer's photo, we are able to dig up that permission and say, well, we have permission. It's released under a free license. Okay, so that was just a very quick introduction to VRT for anyone who hasn't used it before. And properly, I should also not assume that everyone here knows what a muggle is. So like I said, a muggle is a person without magical ability in the Harry Potter universe. So there are moments when being a Wikipedian really sucks. Think about this case, a Ukrainian Wikipedian, historian, poet who joined the Ukrainian armed forces to defend his native Donetsk and was killed in the war. And writing an article about him, the Ukrainian community had to deal with the question of, well, can we illustrate this article with a photo? And the reports about his death included photos. People were sharing a photo of him on social media, etc. But as most of you know, you cannot just take that photo from social media and put it on Wikipedia. We need permission, and we need that to be released under a free license. But of course, it's very awkward to contact the family of the deceased during their grieving and say, hey, let me talk your ear off about copyright for a second here. Right, that's awkward and inappropriate. So it's a real challenge getting that picture properly on the article. But they did, as you can see. So partially the problem is that we're working on something that is really poorly understood by the outside world, by muggles, by people who do not share our somewhat morbid interest in copyright. And partly it's because we're working on something that keeps expanding. There's always need for more images, more people become notable, etc. And partly our personal motivations, when something happens and now we want to document this person, he died or they died, or some event has happened that suddenly makes us prioritize getting an image for that article. So most of us don't just randomly get up in the morning and say, I'm going to write to some notable people and ask them for permission to use photos. It requires time and patience to explain the magic, or to explain that, yes, we really do need to understand who is the author of the photo and who clicked the camera and holds the copyright, etc. And getting an answer of like, yeah, it was a friend of mine, it's fine, use the photo. That's not good enough. So it's not, again, it's pretty thankless work and not the most fun thing you can do on Wikipedia. And here's an example of, well, you can read it later in the slides, but a former prisoner of war in the war against Ukraine was returned from Russian captivity, and a photo of what he looks like after 3 years of Russian captivity was widely shared. And even if you could get permission for that photo, is that the photo that this person wants, you know, on their Wikipedia article? Maybe, maybe not. And generally, right, bad photos are a thing, right? We could have access to a free bad photo of a person when they're making a weird face or something, but that's the free photo we have, so that's what we put on Wikipedia, and that person can be quite upset by that, right, and not understand why you picked like the worst possible photo of them in their life. Why is that the photo that everybody sees when they Google their name? Think about it. If you had a Wikipedia article about you with a photo of you picking your nose or something, that could be quite upsetting. And those of us who have been on VRT have seen this, right? People contacting Wikipedia, and that's not easy, by the way, finding how to exactly email Wikipedia, but some people do find it and contact us, and then they go, why are you doing this to me? Why is this terrible? You know, there's tons of other photos of me out there, and then you have to explain, well, we need it to be free, etc. And that usually does lead to correcting, right? That usually ends up with them releasing a better photo, and then we can replace it. But what Antanana wants to say in this example is that we, Wikimedians, should be sensitive and respectful to people's wishes. And even if the only free photo we can find is of someone making a weird face, or a person, I don't know, like almost completely turned away from the camera and their hair is in a weird angle, think, is this the photo that this person would want? And if not, try to contact that person. Make an extra effort of kindness and contact that person. And this is what she has done. The board resolution from many years ago, so many of you are too new to remember it having happened, but there is a board resolution on biographies of living people, where the board of Wikimedia instructs us to treat any person who has a complaint about how they are portrayed in our projects with patience, kindness, and respect, right? So it's not just a nice thing to do, it's what we're supposed to do, really. It's a policy. Weirdly, the subjects of articles are theoretically not needed for the copyright chain on the projects, right? I mean, if we have a photo of a notable person, we don't need to consult that person. What we care about is who took the photo, right? In copyright terms, what matters is who took the photo. And unless it's a selfie, the photographer is what matters. So the normal or efficient process would be, well, we have an article about a person, we find a picture, we find the picture's author, the photographer, and we ask them for permission. That's a standard process. Antanana is proposing a kind process, would be find a contact for the subject of the article, actually contact the person and ask them for a picture that they like, if one exists, and then find that picture's photographer. Maybe this person can help contact the photographer because they know them, and ask them for permission. Or if you're already talking to the person and there isn't a free or freeable photo of theirs, they can take a new photo maybe, or have someone near them take a new photo and release that. But involve the subject of the article is what she's saying, right? Involve the subject of the article in selecting an appropriate photo for them. And to test this theory of hers about a kinder process, and as though she doesn't have enough things to do in her life, she started a 100 photo wiki days challenge, because that's how we roll. And for 100 days in a row, she wrote to notable people with missing photos or bad photos or horribly outdated photos of themselves to ask them if there is a picture of themselves they would rather have, and then try to follow this kind process. And in 100 days, she came up with these. She wrote to 163 different people on Facebook, on Instagram, via emails. She became expert at stalking Ukrainian celebrities. And then she followed up and wrote to around 80 professional photographers to receive permission. She managed to get license permission for 135 photos of 72 different individuals. If you're interested in the details, you can click the link in the slides that I'll share in a moment. Well, they're already on Commons, but I'll share a link. You can click the slides and see on the wiki page the precise details. And sometimes the changes were quite drastic. Instead of that weird face that Ms. Styashkina is making, we got a decent portrait photo of her. That's the kind of transformation we were able to make just by asking. But as you can see, the old photo, the weird photo from where she's looking to the right is also a free photo. I mean, that's a free photo taken by Yakuza. That's a Ukrainian Wikipedian. So that Wikipedian must have seen her at some event or something, snapped that photo, and that's what we had. And now we have a much better one. The experiment also showed that we are so magical that the way we do things is really not clear to non-Wikipedians or to Wikipedians who never got into copyright and all that. We expect people to somehow understand copyright, and most people know that you can't use music from Disney, a Disney movie on YouTube. Like, that's something that most people have kind of gotten, but they still don't understand copyright. They don't understand who owns it. They don't understand that if you're in the picture, you're probably not the photographer and you don't own it, even if it's a picture of you taken by your friend. And we expect them to somehow be able to dig up or to summon the photographer that took the good photo of theirs 8 years ago and give us permission. And we expect those photographers to then read a confusing page of information about what a free license is. And then, of course, we encourage that photographer to just upload it themselves to Commons. Very often, they don't want to. It's quite unrealistic. And that is why we don't have hordes of people donating good quality pictures to Commons. We have some, of course, but most people don't and never will. So Antanana would like to suggest that this kind method that she's advocating for is not efficient. It's less efficient than just using whatever free photo is available. But she also thinks that taking this effort, making this effort, walking this extra mile is better than just waiting for good photos of those subjects to magically appear. And again, the subject of that article, that woman that was looking to the right, may have been super upset at how that picture looked, but she couldn't find the VRT email. She didn't know how to, make the change. And a lot of people do that. We know this from people who write to us to VRT and say, oh my God, I hope this is the right place because I've been trying to change it for 2 years, etc. Right? This is a real life experience. And again, those of you who haven't done VRT just never even see this communication happening. But people who do man the phones, as it were, on VRT, who take those calls, really encounter a lot of public frustration from people who are desperate to change the photo on the article about them, and they just don't know how to do it. And yes, all the information's out there, and if they clicked help, they could have found it maybe. They can't, they don't. So that's why Antanana proposes this kinder process. This approach of just waiting for a free photo is what we've been doing for the last 24 years, and status quo is where it got us to. But even when we send wiki photographers to events, precisely to capture good professional level photos of people, not all notable people will go to events, and generally we send people to like sporting events or concerts or things, and some people just, writers don't tend to go to such things. So this is the process that Antanana proposes. Step 1, contact the subject of the article. Talk to them, ask them if they're happy with the picture that is on their article, or if there isn't a picture, would they like there to be a picture on the article about them? And wouldn't you rather have some agency in what photo of yours appears on Commons, now, on Wikipedia? The vast majority of people would say, yes, thank you, please. I do want to have some influence on this. And then, talk to them about what photos exist and the rights and who can authorize it, and explain in a human friendly way what needs to happen. Now, they don't need a seminar on copyright law, right? That's our tendency as Wikipedians, right? Is to start explaining and then go, oh, and let me explain about freedom of panorama. Leave that aside, right? Just tell them what needs to happen for this photo that their partner took, or that their friend took, or that a professional photographer took. What needs to happen for that photo to get on Wikipedia? And then contact the photographer, work that, including the VRT permission that needs to be filed, of course. Then you put it up on the wiki. And again, you will get eternal gratitude from those people. And by the way, it creates a virtuous cycle, because this notable person might tell all their notable friends, and notable people tend to have notable friends. They'll tell them, oh, you know what, they finally fixed my Wikipedia photo, and you can do it too, you know, just talk to Antanana. This is how it would go normally. I mean, if you do this, you are setting yourself up for more work, but it's rewarding work, is what Antanana says. So in summary, imagine a world in which every single person on the planet is given free access to the sum of all knowledge, illustrated with good quality media. Wouldn't that be nice? I'm going to pause for questions and reflections. Yes. And I'll do my best to channel Antanana and answer.
Do you have any information or experience, or do you know of Antanana's experience regarding financial remuneration or compensation for the sort of service of freeing a photo? It hasn't happened to me personally, but I wouldn't put it past some people to actually request some sort of compensation for, you know, giving stuff for free. After all, that's a common trope in the publishing world. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, that's a good question. I haven't encountered this myself as a VRT agent in photos that I mean, usually the answer is yes. Very occasionally the answer is no, and then usually for technical reasons, like I myself don't own it, it's the newspapers or whatever, and then we just, you know, go talk to the actual owner. I haven't encountered someone saying no, but yes if you pay me. Although I imagine that can certainly happen. But if that does happen to you or someone else, of course, we don't have a budget for that. We're not going to start paying people for photos. And so the answer would be, okay, thank you, we understand, and move on and look for a better picture. And we're talking here about living people, right? That these are people that there's still a chance to get new pictures of. And these days, we all walk around with decent cameras at least. So yeah, it shouldn't be difficult. I mean, if you can't get that one picture that this notable person wanted, and of course they are your partner in this, they want this picture on Wikipedia, so they might, you know, try to influence the photographer. They might agree to pay the photographer, and that's kind of none of our business, right? They might agree to pay the photographer, but if you can't make that work, yeah, just have your partner take a really nice photo of you for a change, and you know, put that on Commons. So yeah, that's my answer to that. Any other questions, reflections, something from your experience? Bless you. Well, Antanana has a PS. A next level of efficiency for this VRT process might be contacting networks, associations of writers, composers, etc., and making them a kind of standard offer. Like, please communicate to your members that we would be happy to have good, up-to-date photos of all their notable members, I mean, members who already have Wikipedia articles about them, and here's what they need to do to get that, right? Send us the photos with details of the photographers, with permission, etc. Or better yet, get the photographer to upload it directly, blah, blah, blah. Send some kind of letter like that to a network, and then that could be even more efficient. Kind of a variation on GLAM for notable people. And this project that Antanana did was a personal challenge. It was a zero-budget program. It's a zero-budget project that she just did with her own resources and time. It is scalable horizontally, meaning if more people or more communities just started doing that, any one of you could do that. That is a way to scale it, but scaling it massively would require money, because you would need to do some kind of PR campaign to encourage people to send photos, etc. But you could also leverage some of the happy customers, right? Some of the people whose photos you fixed on Wikipedia have an audience. They themselves, if they post on their social media, right, and say, hey, I finally had my Wikipedia photo fixed, and you could too, and here's how, right? We can use their circles, their reach, to publicize the fact that this is a process that is possible, that is available. We could also do wiki banners, etc. If we wanted to do it, to take it on as a whole community and do it at a bigger scale. Thank you. I hope I managed to convey Antanana's intentions in this unplanned substitution. She would love to hear from you. This is her username. She's also on the channel, so you can write to her right now. She's probably watching us right now. Hi, Antanana. So, you know, you can write in the channel and she would probably be able to take questions. Yes, you had another comment.
Well, a comment, yeah. This actually reminds me of this one idea we had. I think maybe some affiliates actually made this project. It's about, because the 2 slides back, it's contacting the networks, and I think that's a great way to approach. You know, it might work, it might not. But what we wanted to do at some point, but never got to it, is to ask for notable people to record their own names, at least.
Yeah.
Which sort of reminds me of this.
Yeah.
You know,
while you're at it, yeah.
Yeah. So while you're at it, exactly. So
Yeah.
you can sort of connect the two.
Absolutely.
And yeah,
Yeah, speaking of connections, I will plug my talk tomorrow, which is called 3 Zero Budget Programs You Could Start Tomorrow. And that talk will share 3 recipes that each one of you could start with no budget tomorrow or the day after, because the conference. So that's an example of a zero budget program as well. Yeah. Thank you.